As we enter the holiday season, I have spent a lot of time considering what I want, especially in the light of the realities of the country that we're living in, with increased inflation, lower job numbers, a government shutdown that has already lasted over a month, SNAP benefits being taken away from 42 million people because the GOP are unwilling to do their job. It's really caused me to think about what the actual purpose of the holiday season is and what I want my part in it to be. So what do I want this holiday season? I want empathy to come back in this country, because empathy is humanity. The ability of one person to put themselves in the shoes of another who has had experiences and beliefs that are completely different than their own is what makes a society and humanity strong. Because there is no way that out of the 300 plus million people that live in this country, that you will be able to fully understand and experience the same thing as others. The reality is this holiday season is going to be extremely tough for many, which is ironic because the National Retail Federation has put forth a forecast for this holiday season. They seem to think that in America, we are going to increase the amount we spend in this country by over 4%, up to $1 trillion from November 1st to December 31st. And I'm gonna be honest, that made me sick, regardless of whether it's true or not, because I know our family is going to be spending less. We're going to be using more of our money and time on helping others. I'm going to have my daughter make me a pair of shoes kind of like this. She's an amazing artist. As a Christian, I have always been taught that the Christmas season is about showing how much you care about each other. But unfortunately, what it has turned into, even in the church, even with Christians, how much love you have for someone is dependent on whether or not you give them gifts and how many gifts you give them. Now, I know many in the church will say, no, that's not how we view it. We give gifts because we love giving gifts to people. And I'm not denying it. I love giving gifts to people. But the reality is how can we as Christians see what's going on in the world and still be okay spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on each other when we have so much? How can we in good conscience support billionaires whose only goal is to make more money when we know there are people that aren't going to be eating, when we know there are people that are just trying to find a way to survive? I'm not trying to put a downer on people's holiday season. What I'm trying to do is change the perspective of people's holiday season. Love is not shown by how much you give another person. It's not shown by whether you give someone a phone or a game. If this election season in this last year has shown me anything, it's that love is not shown by someone who has a lot giving a lot. In reality, it's shown by how much you're willing to give up to help another person thrive. I'm going to go back to my Christian roots here for a second and talk about the fact that in the Christian religion, Jesus was born into nothing. The idea was he was in heaven and came down and became a baby who had nothing. Well, there are millions upon millions upon millions of people that have nothing in this country. And there are many that literally have everything. Not just everything they need, but everything they will ever want, need, and could hope for the rest of their life and their family's life and their family's life. I know this was kind of a ramble, but this is the struggle that I'm going through right now, that I'm trying to process through. Our empathy is our humanity. And until we get that back, until we stop focusing on how much money we can make, but how many people that we can serve and support and love on, 2025 will continue to become the beginning of the end. Not for the people that already have nothing, because once you have nothing, there's nothing more you can lose. The people that will end up losing will be the people that have everything.